Atherosclerosis is a very insidious disease that often only makes itself known in advanced stages of development. This is a typical pattern for atherosclerosis. A person considers themselves healthy, but suddenly suffers a heart attack or stroke. Later, a vascular examination reveals that the arteries are clogged with cholesterol plaques. 32% of deaths in the United States are related to cardiovascular diseases, and in most cases, this is caused by vascular contamination. Is it possible to clear the blood vessels? Until the mid-20th century, it was believed that blood vessels could not clear themselves. The idea of plaque reduction came from an accidental observation by Norwegian scientists during World War II. When the Germans confiscated all livestock from Norwegians, people were forced to eat a plant-based diet for many years. As a result, over 5 years, the mortality rate from cardiovascular diseases among Norwegians decreased several times. This may not seem to prove anything, but there is other interesting data about Scandinavian countries. In the early 1970s, Finland was the world capital of heart disease. To reduce the statistics among the population, extensive educational work on nutrition was conducted, specifically on the need to increase vegetable consumption and reduce the amount of animal food in the diet. The result over the next 30 years was an 80% drop in the incidence of the disease in the country. And this effect of plant-based foods on our blood vessels can no longer be ignored. So why does it have such a good effect on our blood vessels? It's all about the following fact. The amount of good and bad cholesterol is key to the natural vascular cleansing mechanism. Look. The main cause of vascular contamination is elevated blood cholesterol levels. In its pure form, cholesterol cannot circulate through our blood vessels, so it is transported by special protein-fat complexes called lipoproteins. There are two main types of such complexes. Low-density lipoproteins carry cholesterol from the liver to all cells in the body. These are the ones called bad cholesterol. They contain a lot of fat. It is this fat that accumulates in plaques. High-density lipoproteins, called good cholesterol, work like a vacuum cleaner for bad cholesterol, capturing and carrying all of its excess from the blood to the liver. In the liver, excess cholesterol is converted into bile and eliminated from the body through the intestines. But the most important thing lies in the quantity. To clear the blood vessels, it's important not only to lower bad cholesterol, but also to raise good cholesterol. To do this, you need to change your diet in favor of plant-based foods to increase your body's high-density lipoprotein content. And here's another piece of evidence in favor of this data. In that year, the Cleveland Clinic, recognized as a world leader in the treatment of cardiovascular diseases, announced the stunning result of a 4-year experiment. The study participants were nearly 200 people who had undergone various cardiovascular conditions, including heart attacks and vascular bypass surgery. They also had various comorbidities, obesity, diabetes, hypertension, and many others. For 4 years, the group followed a diet based on whole plant foods. The result of the experiment was very encouraging. Virtually all participants avoided any heart problems, including heart attacks, strokes, or death, and also got rid of angina. There are places on our planet where cardiologists have nothing to do. On the island of Okinawa in Japan, as well as in rural areas of China and the mountains of New Guinea, people rarely suffer from cardiovascular diseases. The health of the locals may be ensured by the perfect environment, but some scientists say it's all about eating minimally processed plant foods. Nutritional principle. In fact, it's not a strict dietary system, but rather a lifestyle. So, the basis of the diet is plant foods. Animal products are only a small addition to the diet. Foods should be minimally processed, can be eaten raw, boiled, steamed, and baked, but never fried. Complete avoidance of processed foods, fast food, sweets, and other highly processed foods. Minimize saturated fats in the diet, such as pork, eggs, and dairy products. Any products containing hydrogenated oils, such as palm oil or any margarine. What foods will clear your blood vessels? When following a whole plant-based diet principle, focus on these products. Whole grains. Consume wheat, oats, brown rice, barley, bran, whole grain pasta. At the same time, it is recommended to completely avoid white rice, white bread, and pastries. Whole grains are very rich in soluble fiber, which improves bile flow, thereby causing the liver to produce new bile, literally pulling excess cholesterol out of the blood. And whole grains also contain magnesium, which dilates blood vessels and lowers blood pressure. Nuts are a great source of healthy fats, fiber, and vitamins. The best choice is almonds, which are rich in monounsaturated fats, vitamin E, fiber, and magnesium. Walnuts are equally beneficial. As a source of omega-3 fatty acids, they raise good cholesterol while lowering blood triglycerides, reducing inflammation and high blood pressure in vessels, and preventing blood clots. Olive oil. The oleic acid in this product lowers bad cholesterol while raising good cholesterol. Plus, it's a rich natural source of antioxidants. Antioxidants block the activity of free radicals that damage vascular tissue. The most beneficial is extra virgin olive oil. Add it to salads and sauces, but never fry with it. This leads to the formation of carcinogens. Fruits, berries, and citrus fruits. These are an inexhaustible natural supply of antioxidants and fiber. The famous cardiologist German Gandelman notes that the consumption of strawberries, blueberries, and huckleberries reduces the risk of diseases associated with vascular plaques in women. In addition, both women and men will benefit from watermelon, which normalizes blood lipid composition, prevents the accumulation of belly fat, and contains the amino acid citrulline, which stimulates the production of nitric oxide. Nitric oxide causes arteries to relax, reduces inflammation, and normalizes blood pressure. Vegetables. Most beneficial for cleansing blood vessels. Cabbage, broccoli, spinach, tomatoes, carrots, asparagus, peppers, beets. Broccoli will be particularly beneficial for blood vessels. This vegetable contains vitamin K, which prevents artery calcification, blocks cholesterol oxidation, is rich in fiber, and contains sulforaphane, which normalizes protein metabolism in arteries. Beets are equally beneficial, reducing inflammation and stimulating nitric oxide production in arteries. Spices. Consume hot peppers, cloves, coriander, saffron, and turmeric, which suppress inflammatory responses in blood vessels and prevent fat accumulation. Turmeric is particularly useful in reducing artery wall damage. As a source of vitamin B6, turmeric lowers homocysteine levels. An increase of just 5 micromoles in homocysteine leads to an 80% higher risk of atherosclerosis. Legumes. Foods such as beans, peas, chickpeas, and lentils improve arterial health and normalize blood cholesterol levels. Studies have shown that beans are the best at cleansing blood vessels. They also help lower blood pressure and prevent type 2 diabetes. Diabetes causes vascular aging and increases the susceptibility of arteries to atherosclerosis at any age. Fatty fish. Among animal products, choose the most beneficial for your blood vessels. Fatty fish. This is another important source of omega-3. The healthiest fish are mackerel, salmon, sardines, herring, and tuna. The American Heart Association recommends eating fish at least twice a week to reduce cholesterol plaque formation. Physical activity. Physically active and inactive people have different blood chemistry. Aerobic exercise stimulates nitric oxide production in blood vessels, which prevents blood clots from forming. Additionally, nitric oxide relaxes blood vessels and protects them from cells that accumulate fat in plaques. Studies show that nitric oxide stimulates bone marrow to produce new blood vessel cells, replacing old ones damaged by atherosclerosis. To stimulate nitric oxide production in blood vessels, you don't have to exercise from morning to night. Studies show that just 1 hour of daily walking is enough to activate this process. Stress and atherosclerosis. A little stress can even be helpful. However, being stressed every day is not just harmful, it's deadly. In 2018, scientists at the National Gerontology Center in Beijing found evidence that emotional stress harms blood vessels even more than high blood cholesterol. Chronic stress causes damage to the inner wall of blood vessels, inflammation, and the formation of fat-filled foam cells. Moreover, stress raises blood pressure, aggravating and accelerating plaque formation. Even if you're physically active and eat right, it doesn't reduce the vascular damage caused by stress. The condition of blood vessels reflects a person's life history. Every extra hamburger, every nervous breakdown, or another day spent on the couch in front of the TV gradually and imperceptibly damages our arteries. Take care of yourself and be sensible.
This content is for informational and educational purposes only. Consult with a doctor or healthcare professional before following any recommendations provided in this video. Tell us about your experience in the comments and subscribe to our channel.